going on the right money track that we were supposed to do. And I think maybe that's a reference point for me in 2025 going into it. I honestly believe if I did one thing, I can do the other thing.
True.
And for me, no idle money. Hakuna pesa imekaa mahali inajaza bank mahali ama haijazi. Money comes in, it is redistributed. Let that ish flow. Like I want my money to be working for me. I want to be like Warren Buffett. Nikilala hivi usiku, 1.5 million US dollars, ching ching, every hour. Do you know Warren Buffett, and this is research from when 2013, 2014, alikuwa analala hivi every hour of his day. He used to have 1.5 million US dollars coming into their account. Do you know how much that is? 200 million Kenya shillings every hour. I want to get to that level where I am just, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, my money is working. Iko penye iko job, iko idleness. Sitaki kushikwa na hiyo situation yenye ilishika watu wa Chase Bank. Do you remember when Chase Bank closed? People had put all their money in the bank. Some kwa hapo mna negotiate na Chase Bank iwarudishie pesa. Nothing. Iende ufanye kazi huko money market funds. That's the idea. I think that 100%. And then with business, being strategic about what kind of business you want to start. Because businesses are really struggling right now, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't start one. Yours could be the one that succeeds. Yours could be the next conversation in the world. Guys are like, so what did you do to accomplish da 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 da? So this year, there's no fear. You're going in heavy and you're going in hard, and then you will see how the year ends. That's my goal this year.
Yeah, and unfortunately in 2025, we're still having discussions about pay gap when it comes to gender in the workplace. But instead of approaching it from that point of view, instead of approaching it from women are being paid significantly less than men in the workplace, how about we start talking about how to negotiate terms of payment in the workplace? Like before you get to work somewhere, before you get to pick up a new project, before you get to start something or get into partnership with somebody or accept a job somewhere, why don't you negotiate where you feel comfortable? Instead of now starting saying, oh, women are, did you negotiate? Did you, go back and say, hi, thank you for this offer, but this is what I was thinking about. And there are a lot of courses on the internet. This is again technology. There are so many things available, so many resources that can help us negotiate for ourselves. You're always complaining about it, but what are you doing about it? Let us start being proactive. And I think before the show, Kathomi had even asked me, does talking about something constantly help? Does it change the mindset of people? And honestly, yes, because we could talk about it and it gives you the jump start. Okay, yes, I've talked about it, but what do I do about it now? And that's just it. We could talk about pay gaps until 2030, but what have you done individually? Because not every woman is suffering. There are women out there who are approaching companies and saying, this is my worth, this is what I would like to be paid, and if you cannot do this, well and good, I will go somewhere. There are people who are willing to match this offer. So, are you negotiating the money you want to be paid, or is it just going to be another conversation we're going to talk about next year? That would be very unfortunate.
Another thing that actually kind of ebbs and flows with your stance right now, financial literacy. Like honestly, you don't know until you know. People are always saying, yeah, I want to make money, yeah, I want to be a millionaire, yeah, I want to do this, but like, how are you going to be a millionaire? What is it that you're doing? What systems are you putting in place to make sure that you're actually getting to that achievement? Becoming a millionaire can happen overnight, yes, but for a lot of people, you have to work hard. You have to figure it out. And the only way you figure it out is through trying to get through these different levels of financial literacy. And the data is there everywhere. And you know what? If you decide today to go on TikTok or Instagram and type financial literacy, your whole algorithm will change. All they will give you is just information on how to make money, how to, level up this year. There are YouTube videos available. You have ChatGPT, Gemini, and all these other AI tools that are available at your disposal. So the question is, just go online and go what is financial literacy, and start from there. There are websites that help you with learning and tools. They have entire courses amalgamated into one place where you're like, okay, today's lesson is what is finance, tomorrow's lesson is managing what you have, and so on and so forth. And I think these are just important tools, because honestly, my problem with 2024 is I really wanted to do it, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to start. And I was asked a very difficult question about finance, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know. And asked another one, and I'm like, I don't actually know that either. And then to an extent, you realize, do you even know how to be and deal with money? If I give you money right now, what are you going to do with it? You know, what are the first steps of doing what you need to do to get to where you need to get to? If you don't know, are you engaging people who can help you? Like, financial literacy is so important, and 2025 is the year to get into it. Get into it, learn, you know, join courses. Join, there are even local places where you can do it now. Like, there was a course we've been discussing over the years. Yes, it may change, but the basics are the same. Like, it doesn't matter what their achievements are, their ideas are, as long as they're giving you the skills and the knowledge that you need, it's okay. You let them do what they need to do, you do what you need to do, learn.
And also, can we talk about the very famous emergency fund?
Cora!
The very famous emergency fund, setting aside funds for a rainy day, but also being very intentional and disciplined and knowing that it doesn't have to start raining tomorrow. And I feel like that's the excuse we usually give ourselves. Let's be intentional about the emergencies that we are saving for. For example, healthcare. You do not need necessarily need an emergency fund for healthcare if you in fact have good medical insurance. So stop making excuses to spend money. And I feel like that's the thing. You set aside for some money. It's like, this is for a rainy day, and then tomorrow your uncle swallows a tractor, and now you feel the need to remove money from said emergency fund. But that's not the emergency you had saved for. Your emergency is not your family's emergency. So unarudi unajiuliza, iko wapi envelope ya black tax? Hapo ndo nitatoa. And if there was no money for black tax, and I genuinely cannot help these people, it's not my problem. Also, that is my uncle. That is not my father. That's not my brother. That's not my husband. So stop overextending yourself and always creating these rainy days to justify the fact that you had an emergency fund and you got to use it. Then it defeats the purpose. Then it's just money laying around. Same as having a savings account. I feel like more specifically Kenyans are very wishy-washy about what a savings account means. If it's a savings account, then it should not be that readily available to you. I am saving intentionally for this, this, and this, and this. But nikitokea ka emergency pahali, I should not be able to withdraw money from a savings account. And that is why they're usually like, especially for like banks, it could take a week to access this money. It could take 3 or 4 days to access money from said, because it's a locked savings account. That works. But kama ni kila siku umekaka hivi ukakuwa na craving, I want to eat pizza, na niko na savings account, then it's not savings account. Put it in your current account and let it just be flowing. Let it be the money you can use anytime and anywhere. So it's all about being intentional about what I am using my money for, what I am setting it aside for, and what goal is it for. Because if you're just saving blindly, I could use it because who gonna check me? It's my money. So yeah.
Saving for the future, investing for the future. First of all, I am changing my whole narrative about having money in current accounts or savings accounts. The bank is holding money, imekaa tu, imelala tu. Wacha hiyo kazi, hiyo pesa ifanye kazi. You know, your money, mobile money, iko hapo yani, you know the way some of us have a problem of when you have cash on your mobile money apps, unasikianga security. Unajua unasikianga tu niko safe. You know?
Naweza kanyanga nyanya za mama kwa barabara.
You know? You are going out, you're like, I got money either way. I'm good. That is not a plan. When you have money, watu wana smell. The whole world is like they smell your money. They can smell it. Have you ever noticed you will never keep money on your mobile app for more than a week? Kuna kuanga na shida inatokea mahali, huyo anko ndio huyo alimeza trakta, sijui umepita hivi ukaona kakiatu ukasema wow, umeingia hivi kwa mall ukaona kanguo ukasema guy bethe I have been wanting this one. And because you have such quick access to that money, you just ni sawa tu, I'll just take it. When you limit that access to that money is when things start flowing, because if you really think about it, you go to your account on your mobile money, you're like, I don't actually have that money. I have to take it out from the bank and then Okay, you know what? Let me come back tomorrow. Do you know oftentimes you never actually go back? Unless it's something you really, really need or want, you never really go back. And that restraint is important, because when you're thinking about investing in your future, that's the kind of discipline you need. For you to actually put money not only in money market funds, because that's supposed to be like a short investment plan. What's the next plan after money market funds? What is the next plan after you've worked? Now you have some money in the bank. What do you do next? Like, what are you investing in? What are you buying shamba? If it's shamba, how quickly can you liquidate that shamba? Like, what kinds of things are you investing in? You know, are you investing in things that could end up making you lose a whole lot of money after working very, very hard for it? Like thinking about things like, I think in America they call them 401ks. Here we can call it a pension fund. Are you putting any money in a pension fund somewhere? You're going to grow old at some point, you know. Your kids are going to go to school at some point. Are you planning about that? Like, do you have money trying to be put away in like an educational fund, for example, such that even if worse comes to us, and unfortunately life is what it is, and you pass on, or something horrible happens to you, your child isn't affected, their education isn't affected. And even if you don't end up using that money, you can take it out, put it in something else. For example, you can start what do you call those, trust fund for your child with the money that you didn't use. You know, like thinking about money in those terms will help with like you reducing how much you're scared. You know, just try and think about your future. Old age is coming. What are you doing about it? You know, emergencies are coming. What are you going to do about it? You know, your family and your parents will grow old. Are you thinking about that? What are you doing about it? And it's scary and it's daunting, but you have to start from somewhere. And that's the reality of being a woman, is that you have so much on your plate, and you'll probably outlive your partner, because women live longer than men anyway. So what are you doing to make sure that your long life is a beautiful one?
And also networking and mentorship programs.
Yes.
And you might think that this is very unnecessary, but unfortunately, you need to interact with people who have gone before you. You need to be in spaces and listen to stories of women who have pursued and accomplished the things you hope to accomplish. You need to put yourself out there, you know. And there's usually that feeling of maybe I should mind my business. It's usually a very strong urge to, I don't want to bother you. I want to figure it out. I want to put in the work on my own. But it takes a village. It takes you getting into the right spaces. It takes you approaching people. It takes you coming out of your shell. It takes you forming friendships and friend groups you would have never dared to because you were too shy, too reserved. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put myself out there. I'm scared I'm going to be rejected. There's always that fear. But your success is beyond that fear. Your success is probably your connection with somebody who you'd have never struck up a conversation with. So learn to put this 2025, put yourself out there.
Absolutely.
Go say hi.
Absolutely.
Go pitch yourself. Go say what you do. You know, like approach somebody and say, hi, I'm so and so, this is what I do. Who are you? Like, have those conversations, you never know.
Another very important thing as a woman is you need to find your work-life balance. And unfortunately, in this day and age where you either sacrifice your time or you sacrifice your money. Like, you will never have enough money and have enough time. That's just the reality of things. But the reality of things as well is that if you manage yourself, if you find flexible working hours, you're still going to be able to live your life enjoy your life, enjoy your children, enjoy your marriage if you have one, enjoy your relationship if you have one, enjoy your life, right? Enjoy your friendships, but at the same time be able to earn a living. And the amazing, beautiful thing about finding the perfect work-life balance is when you find it, there's no going back. Like remember when people were always like, I could never work from home, and then COVID happened, and now people will barely want to travel. Like, I don't want to travel. Can we put it on a Zoom? Let's hop on a Zoom call. Let's hop on a Google Meets. Let's hop on a Teams meeting. Like, things change, and you find that, oh yeah, now I can work less, or I can work when it's convenient for me. You know, I can do things at my own time and still manage to hang out with my children, go on holiday. You know, you as a woman need to find that balance, because it's so difficult. You can be so overwhelmed so quickly if you don't put a handle on it. And one thing I know about women, we are almost superhuman. Like, nobody can tell you nothing. If someone challenges you, you find a way of mitigating that challenge and getting on top of it and making sure you make them eat their words, like slurp their words. So make sure this is the year where you are untouched and you take every challenge as an actual direction, as opposed to feeling offended. Like, oh my God, they said that about me. No, no, no. This is the year where you take what they say and you make them eat their words, because of how much you have changed the dynamics of what you're doing, and making sure that your life is on point. You can't do it all, says who? 2025 is the year of doing it all. Do it. Do it all. See what happens. See what happens. That's the goal.
Exactly. And now we have helped you. Let us help one more person. It's time for